All right, this is the third and final training video, and this video is for every adult leader who is going to be present during worship. I think the title I put on the sign-up sheet was Worship Supervision. It's probably a really, really bad title, given what you actually do. But anyway, these are the individuals that will be at worship and be participating in worship. So the first thing that I want to correct is your arrival time. I think on the sign-up sheet I put 6:15 to 7, but really we're going in at about 6:05. So that's something that I've kind of had to adjust on. So if you can be present at 6 o'clock, okay? That'll be 5 minutes before we typically go in, and that'll really help so that we're all there and ready to go in with the students. The first thing that I need for all of you guys is just to participate in the worship experience, okay? So that means that you treat it like your time at church. You treat it as a time to sing to God, sing praises to Him. You treat it as a time to study His Word during the youth sermon. And also that I invite you to, and you don't, some of you say, I just don't feel comfortable, but I'm really inviting you to, when there's times for group dynamics and talk times, please, adult leaders, disperse, get involved with those groups. Even if you're just there to listen and encourage, even if you just say, I don't think I'm really going to be able to contribute anything, go and just be a part. Just be a part. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You have my blessing, and I know the students will give you theirs. So please participate in every part of worship. Also, in the occasion that we're facilitating something in worship, we'll let you know what I need you to do, but a lot of times I need you to help facilitate something in worship. And a lot of times that means you're in charge of dispersing supplies, cleaning up after, making sure that if it's sort of a project or a group dynamic, that gets done. But I will communicate that with you. But just to make sure you're there to help facilitate, that you have a voice and that you're helping guide the students. Doesn't mean that you're forcing anything on them or you're bossing them, but that you're helping guide them to a great worship experience. And the last thing is safety, okay? Now, here's what I mean by safety. Safety is something in which sometimes in worship we'll have a student leave. Maybe they need to use the restroom, or maybe they need to step outside. Whatever that need might be, what I need is for two adults who are seated with the students to go with that student. If it's just they need to go to the bathroom, just let them go to the bathroom and then come back. Or if they need a moment outside, we need to make sure that we have eyes on students all the time. We can't just let students leave the sanctuary and not know where they go. That's something that's going to worry me very much so, and it'll also be something that's going to put the student in a predicament, because if anything should happen while they're outside of worship, and we don't have adults who say, hey, I had my eyes on them, they were doing this or they were doing that, that puts them in a situation which I don't want them to be in, because I want to make sure that their actions are accounted for at all times. So that's just something that we'll probably have to do when a student moves. We'll need two adults to go, and we'll coordinate that, need you guys to figure that out. But that's what that is, okay? And so we have, for our worship team, we have please be there at 6. Be there to participate in worship, facilitate any group dynamics we do with helping that, and then help with the safety. That's huge. And then here's sort of a question I have. It's sort of a dream, a goal, but that you, the adult leaders, would be dispersed amongst the students. Don't ask me how. I don't know how. I think a lot of that will just come from your relationships with them. But that you guys don't feel like you have to all sit on the back row, on the last row in the sanctuary. I want you to feel free to have the confidence to intermingle with those students. and that will help their focus. It will help my focus, knowing that distractions like cell phones and things like that are put away because we really are there to worship and to learn about God. So again, this is not a perfect list or a perfect explanation. I await your comments, your questions, and of course, as a dialogue, any ideas that you have for how we can make the worship experience richer, how we can make it more interactive, engaging. Those comments and those dialogues are all welcome. So look forward to hearing from you, and thanks for watching the video. All right, bye.